Okay, I don't know if I have fancy back or not, but we're in the lobby. Chat bans are in the chat. Did put them in there. I don't know where I put them. I'm going to read them back. Oh, there we go. LeBlanc, Nidalee, Fizz, and Kha'Zix. All four very strong champions are banned out. Benchwarmers is on the left, Clueless is on the right, and Benchwarmers starts with a Kayle ban and follows it up with a Kassadin ban. Kayle is very annoying to deal with late game because of her ultimate. A lot of late game revolves around someone jumping in and bursting a champion down, and that can't happen when you have Kayle because she'll just hold that person. Lulu and Karma, a pair of supports coming out from Clueless being banned there. Lulu is one of the stronger supports in the game. Karma, as you saw last game with Generic, was extremely effective, and they finish it up with a Vi ban, which, if I'm not mistaken, is going to leave a couple of things open here. Yeah, there's the Zyra pickup. Yeah. Kassadin and Talon being the bans for Benchwarmers, finishing it off. Both assassins.
Nidalee, Fizz, Kha'Zix, Zyra's open, Cass is gone. Yeah, most of the top stuff is gone. Teemo is up, but
Teemo got nerfed very hard recently.
Yeah, he ate some mushroom damage. So now instead of losing 90% of your health when you hit a mushroom, you only lose 80% of your health.
It was a pretty significant nerf.
I know, but it still hurts a lot.
Oh, the brand pickup
is coming out.
It might be on Generic, we'll see. I'm not sure. The Talon ban, is that directed at someone? Because I think they said that they were directing it at Generic.
Probably Popples or Generic, because we know Popples likes his assassins, and Generic can also play Talon pretty well.
Oh, that's the guy I was thinking of. Wukong.
Oh, yes. I was like, something else.
There was something. I just couldn't figure it out. That's it, yeah.
They're probably going to have to pick up Maokai here, for sure, because there's a brand, or they're going to go with the Leona instead.
Jarvan, Maokai, Zyra would be really strong, but they're going to grab the Leona. Maybe they don't want them having Leona.
Still pretty decent.
You could actually still take Maokai.
Yeah, you
could. If
you
went with an AP Maokai build.
Yeah, it would be very difficult because you would have a lot of magic damage, but I don't know. I still think the Maokai would have been a better pickup than the Leona, because the Maokai and Jarvan is already a really strong combo for going in, and then you have the Zyra to keep everything locked into place with ult.
Pex used to run Jarvan Maokai all the time. We had to figure out how to stop them from having tree Maokai.
Yeah, that was really annoying to deal with.
Clueless is on the right side, Amthil, and Benchwarmers is on the left side.
And Talon is banned because Talon is very strong in Dominion, and there are some very good Talon players on Clueless's team right now. Oh dear.
There goes the Maokai and the Jace. Right
oh man.
That's some burst.
That is a lot of burst about to hit the table. Are you, chat, are you ready for the blat?
No, Snide is not acoustic. Snide is Snide.
Yes, Snide is
acoustic is Love Peace Scheme now. But no, Snide signals are standard.
That's acoustic?
No, it's not acoustic.
Acoustic is Love Peace Scheme?
Oh yes, acoustic is Love Peace Scheme. Sam takes the Jax right off the bat, which is interesting because there's several things that beat Jax bot lane.
And Sauron actually is not playing for Benchwarmers today. And this team comp...
What on earth?
I do not know what this is. Huh.
I don't know that Trundle's one of those guys that really beats him. It's pretty much 50-50 there till absolute late game.
But is Wolfer going to go top and Popples is playing bot today? Because...
Well, Monkey definitely doesn't beat Jax. And he was bot lane before, so...
Might just be Popples bot lane today. Very interesting. But this team comp coming out from Benchwarmers, they have a lot of front line.
What?
There's a dodge. So we're going to find out why someone was spilling their milk. And Sam DC'd, okay? So how about that Twitch Plays Pokemon? They finally beat the Elite Four. It only took them 16 days. That's pretty impressive.
That team comp is very weird. Leona, Mundo, was it Jarvan and Zyra top? That is a ton of CC, but they just don't have damage to follow it up. And yeah, Daku actually is a pretty good point. Trundle would work very well against all those tanks. He could go top and just rip through.
Yeah, he can swap into top and be like, oh, you have resistances, you have resistances, you have HP. I like all this. Everything is an ult target.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. So we're going to just get through the bans.
And
As
no,
fast
Wolfer, the
as possible.
summoners were never revealed.
Yes, the summoners were not revealed.
So hopefully we'll just go through the bans, picks.
Yeah, they're going to rush through the picks and bans really fast. And there's Twitch Plays RuneScape. That doesn't sound fun. I'm waiting for Twitch Plays Pokemon to come back up because the developer said he's going to throw up Pokemon Gold and Silver tomorrow. So it's going to be interesting to see what we get this time. But they're going to run through picks and bans. Oh, and also SoulCal Regionals is going on this weekend. If you guys are hype about fighting games, check that out. It's good stuff. Melee was on earlier. Ken was playing, and he lost to Axe, which is very disappointing. But Marth doesn't do very good against Pikachu in the first place.
So there's your picks and bans again.
They had to remake because Sam DC'd. So.
Yes.
They got him back in the game now. Everything is good. Timer is counting down, and we are going to get this game underway.
They have a massive. Clueless has a massive amount of AoE damage up there with the Brand and the Wukong, and Urgot still got damage.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very scary team from Clueless, but there is a lot of frontline from Blue Team. So
yeah, we shall see. I would definitely give the advantage to Clueless as far as team comps go, but you do have Benformers just have quite a bit of a front line, but they just, I don't know, they just don't have all that much damage. Unless Forgot the Icing just goes pure damage Jarvan, but still, even then.
yeah, it's like there's so much burst and damage coming out from Clueless that like if Jarvan jumps in, he's dead. He's really going to have to do defensive EQs and use his Cataclysm to keep things boxed up for the rest of his team to capitalize on.
Yeah, in the very last second, their movement swapped to an exhaust on Leona. I was going to say they didn't have an exhaust either to deal with a monkey. You really need an exhaust when there's a Wukong on the map, because then when he comes in ults, you can use that on him and really hurt his damage.
It's actually very interesting that they have 2 ignites. The Clairvoyance is okay. I understand having one of them, but the 2 ignites, I could expect it from Clueless to have that.
Right, because deal with a Mundo. But yeah, I would rather have 2 exhausts, even 3 exhausts. The only thing the Ignite's really going to help against is Maokai's Sap, but that's really not that much.
All right, well.
Interested to see Sam versus Peoples with the Jax versus Trundle. Jax certainly wins that early, but once Trundle has his ultimate and has... If Popples does what he did against me, he's going to get a Bork, and it makes it difficult for Jax to deal with him because of the ridiculous amount of lifesteal that he just gets back.
Yeah, and then if Jax ever decides to do his ult to try and negate some damage, Trundle can just ult him and take that back. Yeah.
Although Jax just flat out damages him when he doesn't have the ultimate, so I was trading well and forcing him to ult first, but then you had to back off. So no, we shall see.
I just don't know about this Benchwarmers lineup. The tanks is crazy.
The other thing is, Generic could go with Brand, like swap into bot lane if he gets a Rylai's, and Brand can easily go with Jax with a Rylai's. It's interesting that Fizz was left open and Wolfer didn't take him. He really likes his Fizz there.
Especially
but that
against
may
Jax.
be because he just doesn't. He's not playing bot lane today, and Popples is.
Oh yeah, that is true. I was gonna say it is a Jax bot, and he could have played.
Well, Fizz actually is very difficult against Jax bot lane. You have to get the Thornmail eventually, and then it still is pretty hard. Remember, Lursh actually managed to beat Sauron with Fizz versus Jax.
Yeah, it just
like it was very close because of the Thornmail. So
Yeah, Jax gets blown up really hard. Once Fizz gets a Thornmail, it hurts him a lot to hurt Fizz, and then it's just such a mess.
Yeah, with Jax getting the Spear Visage and his ult, he really takes not that much damage from Fizz. So, we shall see.
All right, let's get loaded in this game. And they would send Haith bot lane as Urgot. I'm pretty sure he was on Urgot. Or it might have been generic, but
He's on Urgot, but Jax against Urgot, if Jax, because Urgot doesn't have any escape, so
Yeah.
Jax can get onto him and then just basically
Beat him
Haith
up.
has to hold on to the E until he can't miss. Because if he shoots the E and misses, Jax is going to jump in on him and just go to town on him.
and that packs Jack's skin.
Urgot does have the ability to slow him and kite him pretty well, so.
What were the chat bands? It was Nidalee, Kassadin, or Nidalee, Kha'Zix, LeBlanc, and something else. I have to scroll up. I know we pasted them in here.
LeBlanc, Nidalee, Fizz, and Kha'Zix.
LeBlanc,
So
Nidalee,
Fizz
Fizz,
was
and Kha'Zix.
Chapman, so that may
Yep.
be why I didn't take it. So on the top here, we have Benchwarmers. We have Zounds playing Dr. Mundo. Forgot the icing is on Jarvan the fourth side. Snide Sentinel is playing Zyra. Movement is on Leona, and Sam will be taking Jax, I assume in the bot lane, because Sam is normally their bot laner. That is Benchwarmers lineup. On the right side, we have Clueless, and retired Popples will be taking Trundle. Woofer is going to be on Wukong. Generic is going to be on his Brand. He is known for having a very good brand. Half-Hearted is going to be on Urgot. And actually, Baby Pop is on Maokai, which is not something I've seen him play.
He doesn't normally play those tanks.
It
Sorry,
looks-
I was drinking water.
It looks like it is actually going to be Woofer in the bot lane. Trundle's up top right now.
He's
They're just trying to deceive the
made
clairvoyance.
the clairvoyance, yeah.
Jarvan started with a Phage, actually, which is an interesting start for him.
Well,
Which
he gives
he's
him...
probably going to be rushing Trinity Force.
Ew.
Which, for a burst Jarvan, I'm not sure.
I think Hydra's better.
Yeah, Woofer is going to be setting up for the bot lane.
That's very, very interesting.
I've
The-
seen him play Wukong bot lane before. I don't know that works very well against Jax.
Yeah,
And
it's
Jax
gonna
did
be
the
a very
same
tough
thing. He
matchup.
did this last finals too, where he got the Prospector's Blade and the Cloth Armor to start.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to bully him out. And Jarvan did switch back to Prospector's Blade and Boots instead of the Phage start.
Yes. Okay. We got told by his team. But both Mundo and Leona look like they're going tank. The Doran Shield with Ruby Crystal. They may have sent Trundle up top just because he can really hurt those tanks. So
Yeah, he can cut them down pretty hard.
Zyra though.
Yeah, that's quite a bummer. But at least
Do all that
Brand
much damage, though.
can get some good poke down. Ooh, Snide taking a bit of damage there. That pillar, oh, so close to hitting.
Sam took down Woofer in the bot lane.
Already, wow.
I think Woofer just went in on him and Sam just beat him.
Yep. The fight's looking pretty even right now. Baby Pop getting low. He does have an Ignite on him. He's trying to heal it up. Get that auto attack off to get that passive. Trundle gonna get taken down.
Benchwarmers is going to win this fight, but then they also have to deal with the revives coming in.
And Half-Hearted, being the hafiest Hafe he can be, for the Quadra.
Uh-oh! We have a potential for a Penta.
Potential for a
I
Penta.
think
Is
he's-
Icing gonna go for it? He is gonna go for it, but does Hafe have the damage to nuke him?
Nah, he's
Oh,
too long
Hafe, what are
anyway.
you doing? So close.
Had the chance.
Had the chance for the Penta.
No, but Docu, that doesn't really make sense because Trundle doesn't really do well against tanks until 6.
Yeah, so they should have sent Trundlebot to go hit 6 and then swapped him top. That would have been an optimal strategy, instead of sending Wukong bot to die twice and also have his revive popped. But he did almost get Sam. He's very, very close.
It was very close, but Sam can still quite easily get this point if he goes right now.
I think he just wants to farm to keep his advantage up. So he's opting not to get the point immediately, even though his team is pinging him to go get it. He is going to be able to get it neutralized, however.
That much of a minion wave, he might be able to get the whole thing. Oh, he's going to have to move.
Yeah. So there's the stop, there's the backup, and nope.
Yeah, he's not quite going to get it. Ooh.
No. Oh,
Actually, I think...
You just keep capping, Wolfer!
Oh yeah, if Trundle hadn't shown up, that would have been capped.
Good job, man. Good save, good save.
Mr. Mundo versus up here. And he misses the Q on Hafe, and Hafe is going to come in after the ultimate on the Jarvan. And he's going to go down here.
Good night, sweet Urgot.
Oh, that generic just got bursted.
Yeah,
Leona
Brand.
and Jarvan ultimate.
Brand was super out of position there. And they're still trying to fight this, even though Trundle was bot, trying to reclaim it, and they went into that 3v4.
I will say one thing, with a Mundo, a Leona, and a Jarvan and a Zyra, you are not running away.
Yeah, no, you have to commit to that fight if you're committing to that fight.
Wolfer went in and ulted Sam, and Sam just sat there and took it.
Yep, didn't even care.
He's gonna dive. Wolfer does have a bit of wave clear with that E from Wukong, so he can probably hold.
For a little bit longer. He doesn't have enough damage yet to actually insta-clear waves. Oh, and Sam jumping on him.
Yeah, they got generic down here as well to help him out. Sam might be in trouble.
And there's the quest spawn.
Spawning bot lane. And Sam will go down to generic there. Actually, Wolfer didn't even get an assist there. That's pretty bad.
Ouch. Yeah, he didn't get any extra gold off of that.
Dr.
Sam-
Mundo is not going to let Half-Heart play.
Does still have his revive, but up top there, yeah.
Ooh.
Nice pyroclasm.
But I don't know if they want it. Oh, Snide went the other way. I say I don't know if they want it enough so that they could turn it onto the top 5, but then Snide went backwards.
Yeah.
They should be able to get top out of it. Well, Dr. Mundo's going to get up there. There's one thing that I would be curious about why they didn't take. With all these tanks, I think a garrison might have been a good idea.
Yeah,
It would have been
actually.
really hard to take them off the point.
Because if they start committing to holding a point, it's just you're not going to be able to get it. Like, see all this pressure they're trying to apply on the top point. If Zounds or Leona here actually had a garrison, it would instantly defer them.
And right now it's 4 versus 2, and they don't have enough wave clear to deal with the minions. They just need to run.
Yep.
They can turn it now. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, now that Zyra's there, the Zyra ult coming out, that's going to start nuking some HP bars. The pause!
Oh, what? Okay, we have to see. I'm pretty sure Ben Formers is going to win this fight.
Yes. Generic froze because...
And Sam also killed Wolfer again in bot lane. And this time he had 2/3 health left. And I think he's going to get the quest too, which will make it even faster, or even more that Ben Formers wins the fight. And Dr. Mundo, look at his Q.
Ugh, what's up with this Q?
On my screen, the cooldown is like going around and around and around and around.
Oh yeah, it does that.
Everybody gets to hear Dr. Mundo's ultimate sound because I can't move.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
But yeah, Trundle's about to drop. Urgot's about to drop. Brand is at half health. Bebe's the only one who's somewhat healthy.
Yeah, and the rest of them are fully...
Oh, Jen's having problems again.
Yep, that internet. I'm still the Wukong bot lane.
Wolfer did this last finals too, and I was very curious because he picked what I would generally consider to be picks that are countered by person that he's picking into.
That's right. Last week he was picking he picked Zed into Jax, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very interested. I believe the reasoning he told me there was that he didn't think he could win the lane with anything against Jax, and so he wanted something that could roam top and assassinate people.
Gotcha.
But I don't think that Wukong fits that description.
No.
Although they do fight down the bot. Wukong ultimate really helps.
Yeah, if they end up fighting down there, he's going to be able to just ultimate and blow everything up. But, yeah, it's I don't know. It's very strange.
Microbong, I don't think Urgot beats Jax. I think that's a pretty even fight.
Yeah, I've played against a few Urgots as Jax, and if I didn't have massive amounts of Vamp or Lifesteal, I didn't build Vamp, I built Lifesteal, it would have been incredibly difficult to beat him, and Zounds DC'd as well.
Urgot does have the slow, but Jax has the jump to get to him, and then with Fate, he's going to have the movement speed proc. That should be able to keep him close enough. I mean, Jax has very little cooldowns eventually, so... Yeah,
early game, I could see it going to Urgot, but as soon as stuff starts going into late game, it's gonna very quickly turn into favor.
That I would agree with, Daku. Urgot is better against Jax than Wukong is. But, I mean, if you're going to pick the best person on their team to go bot against Jax, it's Brand. He would need to build differently than top Brand, because he needs to get a Rylai's really fast. What is going on in chat?
Oh, them pause
Not
timers.
sure what's going on. We lost 2 from both teams. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, Zounds DC'd, and then Generic also DC'd.
Here comes Zounds. Nexus, Trundle and Jax is pretty even. Late game, I think Trundle beats him, but early mid, it's a pretty even matchup. And yeah, Brand rushing Rylai's is going to be Jax.
Yeah, anything with a Rylai's against Jax, he's just like, can't do anything. Like Jax versus Malzahar. A lot of people complain that like Jax is too strong in that matchup. What would you say to that?
Versus AD Malzahar, Jax loses. Versus AP Malzahar, I think he wins.
Okay.
But he has to get a QSS pretty early on, because he will get blown up.
Because I was playing the Malzahar Jax matchup, and I won it as Malz, and I won it as Jax, and I felt like it was an easier time as Jax, and people were saying, like, how do you do it? I'm like, just walk away. You know, throw Malefic on the wave, Q it, and run. But,
Had an easier time as Malzahar or an easier time as Jax?
I won both the matchups, but I had an easier time as Jax.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, AD Malzahar, like, I'm playing him a lot lately. I really think there's only like 3 or 4 champions that just flat out beat him. The way to beat him successfully is either A, you gank the crap out of him, or B, you just wait till he builds a defensive item and then swaps. And then swap with someone of the opposite damage type, which forces him to build a second defensive item, and then his damage is not very good.
Okay, apparently Generic is restarting his computer and not his client. Oh man. For your rewards, you have to wait. The tournament admins, once the win is submitted for first, second, third, fourth place, the tournament admins will submit it to Riot, and they will send you your RP. It should be here within 2 to 3 weeks.
It's 4 to 5, isn't it?
4 to 5, 2 to 3.
I've had him take like 6 weeks before. Who was saying that? Wings. So if it's not here in a month, I'd like try to contact somebody. Actually, just send me a message in the game, and then I'll contact Vitsky and ask him what's going on.
Yeah, or you could just send the message to the admins on Mobifier.
That would work too, yeah. The old Mal's strat is Frozen Mal. That's how Malzahar deals with the team that he thinks is going to swap. He goes whatever boots he wants, or whatever boots he needs for the matchup, and then gets the Manamune, and then into Frozen Mallet. It's because Frozen Mallet works against both AP and AD, so then he doesn't build a defensive item until the third item. So if he forces someone to swap out before then, he's not going to have a problem dealing with it.
Yeah, but there was a situation or a point in time where I had not gotten like 2 or 3 weeks of RP, and then I just got it all at once. I logged in one day and I had like a mountain sitting there, so it might stack up a little bit. It might take a little bit of time, but it should get there.
Yeah, next is you're gonna have to ask Wolfer. I don't know why. I don't know why Wolfer picks what he does, and I'm not gonna try to say why he picks what he does for him. Put words in his mouth. So you'll have to ask him. But he is definitely losing the matchup right now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He has a Ninja Tabi, Frostblade, and Vamp Scepter, and Jax already has the Phage, the Ninja Tabi, the Frostblade, and an Amp Tome. Actually, let's just look at how much gold they got here.
Yeah, we can compare gold.
Yeah, so Jax has 5,000 and Wolfer has 4,300. So yeah, he's 700 back already. And we are 6.5 minutes into the game.
And that is going to keep going up as time goes on.
Trundle also looks like he's rushing the Spirit beside him. So I guess what you would do is Starbucks the only 80 up there.
Yeah.
And
then
Dr. Mundo and Leona both have double Rupee Crystal, Doran, Shield, and
giant spell.
Tons of health.
They're just stacking health. It's like that's the counter to penetration or something. Just
Well, that's
throwing
not
that out there.
all that good of an idea when you got a Brand on the other team. I will point that out.
Oh, that is true. You do have that percentage burn about to hit you, and then if he picks up Leandre's, Generic's back! Yay!
Did Zounds ever reconnect?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so it looks like everybody's back.
Everyone is back.
Jarvan is... I'm not sure what he's doing with the Ruby Crystal, to be honest.
He might be going for either
Oh,
Phage.
he might be going for Phage, that's right, because he started with the Phage, so he
Yeah.
wants it.
Most likely Phage.
Yeah, I would think Jax would be that champion whose name I cannot say straight up. But MMKH is very good with her, and I wouldn't be surprised if he beats people in solo queue with that matchup.
Mm-hmm.
The point differential is kind of funny too. Urgot has 1155, Trundle's got 1029, everybody else is around 600. On Clueless' side there.
Yeah, I see that.
Points are not something to look at, guys. It means nothing as far as who's winning what.
We're just joking about
Yeah,
that.
it's just
Those points there are not
That's
important.
kind of why it's funny, because it's got the weird point score there. We should be unpausing pretty soon.
Generic was getting back in, and then Zounds said, not ready 1 second.
Okay. Then we will finally have Dr. Mundo's Q stop being cooldown, and his ultimate will go away eventually.
Wow.
He is healing at plus 38. I can see that behind the pause time screen.
Yes, he is healing plus 38.
There we go. Wait, no, never mind. I thought for some reason that looked like he was up to 5 there.
Okay, ready. All right, we're about to get ready resumed. Go, go, go.
And we can watch Clueless get this team fight turned against him.
Yep, that's going to be a
Jax
losing
is
fight
going to
for
have
Clueless.
quests really easy too. There we go, and there goes the team fight. They're not even going to take one with them.
Man, what a great team fight that was.
Waited all that time.
And the anticipation for that is great. It's great. And then, yes, that was an ace, but everyone did catch the respawn wave because they all died at the same time.
Yeah, Zounds and Snide are a little over pushed here. I'm actually curious why Sam decided to go back there, and then why he showed himself on bot lane. A lot of times when you go back, they'll expect you not to go back, and so then you take the route which will allow you to stay out of vision. But they did send 3 bots, so it's not like he's going to hold that.
Yeah, so they try to be a little bit more careful when they're running at the point because they don't want to try to cap it and have you get some free damage off. But yeah, they are going to be able to get that back, no problem. There is going to be a fight, however, on Clueless' side of the jungle.
Already got Bebe down to half health.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous there.
There comes the Brand ult between Mundo and Jarvan.
And I did not see who Trundle ulted, but he is sitting on quite a bit of stats, and they just wore off. So he is back to his squishy self.
Was Benchwarmer missing somebody in that fight?
I think Zounds might have got nuked and walked away.
Looked like it was 45 for some reason. Trundle is chasing after Zyra, and if he gets his pillar up, he might be able to capture. She did get the E off. This is Troll Town. The Trundle rework was really good. That
This was a very good rework.
I'm surprised he didn't try to finish jumping on her. She had like a 1 auto attack would have taken her down.
I know, no, he's just running away. He doesn't want nothing to do with it.
Well, now she's got all her cooldowns back up, so I don't know you want to die her before. Uh-oh.
Oh no, Jarvan. No, he's got the flag.
That was a good use of the pillar there. He didn't know Jarvan was there, but if there was someone there, he knew he had 3 guys ready to help him out, so try to lock him in.
That pillar, keeping him slowed.
Sam is just destroying Monkey at this point. Honestly, if it ever really has a problem, he can just go to Lantern. And Leona's actually going to get on the Brand, but oh, there comes follow-up. Yep.
Just completely locked him down. He didn't get anything off. Still sitting on Pyroclasm and Exhaust.
Zyra's ultimate going to get both of them, and People is going to go down very shortly. And Zounds is just saying, screw you, turret. I'm just going to dive onto Half-Hearted here.
Yep.
And
down
Trundle's
goes Trundle.
finally going to go down, but I don't think they can actually push onto it.
Brand is back up.
Had
And
the
bot
revive.
lane. Bot lane goes back to Jax, who is just laughing at poor Wukong.
Generic. Oh, he got the stun. Jax to get his ultimate off, and he's going to manage to get out of that, I think.
Ooh, is the Q gonna hit him?
Not quite.
Almost.
Oh, he goes back in and takes him down!
The plays. Plays are real.
Jax damage. They do have, that means they do have actually it's a 4 versus 1 if they move.
Oh god, Hafe. Oh
He's
god,
just
Hafe.
trying to be a hero.
Hafe, no!
No! The Battlecaster gun's going to go down.
Maokai trying to get over here to defend this point. That is a 1v4 he just jumped into. His team is here to back him up now, but he is getting taken really low. He is going to pop the Wukong ult coming out. He is going to be able to drop the Zyra with that.
Yeah, that was a misplay there. They're going to have to back off, and they do not have revives, and they're going to not be up another 17 seconds, which means Clueless should be able to turn this into a windmill recapture.
If they run fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Yeah, Leona's just going to wisely back off and go for the shield because she knows it's unlikely that anybody's going to be there while they're going for top.
Yeah, no one's going to try to stop her from taking that, so she is going to be able to get that for free. I'm assuming she's running quite a bit of magic pen. See if I can open up her character sheet here. Yes, she does have 14 flat magic pens, so that shield will hurt a little bit more.
And it's still putting tons of pressure on Wukong bot lane. Man, that Q just chunks it.
Yeah, Wukong had to pick up the Hydra so he could lifesteal off the wave when he gets pushed in. Thank goodness he didn't eat that W.
Trundle is here, but I think they're... Nope, the pillar actually managed to interrupt both of them. But Hafe and Generic is just getting chunked out.
Yeah, they just can't do anything. They don't have enough front line to counteract the big front line that Benchwarmers has. Like, Trundle's a pretty good front line, and he makes the other tank squishy, but he doesn't have, like, the hard CC to keep your backline really safe.
Yep. Hafe is back up here. I assume he had revive since he's back up so fast.
Urgot did have revive, and Generic also had revive. He's on his way back up too. They should be able to hold this off with that Urgot revive coming into play there. Ooh, Zyra does have the corrosive charge on her. She does get taken down. Oh, the snipe.
With Jarvan here, man, they could still clean this up.
Oh, yeah. Very nice Pyroclasm. Able to get some good damage down. Leona should go down in just a second. Hopefully, maybe. Raid boss, go down! Okay, there she goes.
Actually, Bench is going to turn this.
Yep, because those revives came back up for them as well.
Sam got bot neutralized again. I think Wolfer had to pop his revive because he just used it.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to get that back together.
Sound is they're trying to keep people off, and he will do it. And it's starting to get dangerously low as far as points go for Clueless here.
Yeah, they're going to need to get a comeback, and Jax just like, I'm going to neutralize your point again, Wukong. And there goes a new bot. But top lane, they are going to be diving onto the Zyra here. Let's see if they can
Zyra has her ultimate? No, she doesn't.
Nope, no. So they're going to be able to get that back. Leona is on her way up to try and stop it, but nope, she wisely backs off. Decides to go for something else.
Sam just has a sixth sense of where Wolfer tries to go with that.
Yeah, he just knows where the clone is. Oh, could have chased into it.
But he's still going to get the quest.
Yeah. It's going to be another 20 points chunked off of the Nexus. Ouch. That dips them below 100. So they can't lose points anymore from dying, but...
There's 4 people there, Sam. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he jumps in. What a man! He's just like, screw it.
I'm not sure why he did that actually.
It's just
It is
trying
2
to
versus
score
1 up top, and Hafe is going to try to get out, but I don't think he's going to make it.
Nope.
Sounds is going to come in to try to take him down, and you just don't run away from Dr. Mundo.
Nah,
Dr.
hits you
Mundo
with the
goes where he
cleaver.
pleases, but he's actually going to beat Dr. Mundo.
Oh, nice job.
They might have
Mundo
should have
popped
let
his
Hafe recall there.
Mundo popped his ult just a little too late, and that caused him to take that last bit of damage to nuke him down.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an upper or something, but yeah, he popped it too late there. But they do get it back, and Leona with the ultimate, gonna go in on Brand. Oh, Wolfer's up here.
Yep, Wolfer decided to swap up here as a monkey. But are they going to be able to go in and get something? They really need to. Trundle beating the crap out of Sam right now, though.
Sam was already low when he came down in here. Sam does have the Bork.
Yeah, he's going to be able to lifesteal back a bit.
I think he's gonna get him. Yep.
Yeah.
Trundle tried to chomp him, but it didn't quite work. But it does leave a 3 versus 2, and the Jarvan is rather low. I don't know that they can keep him down. Heath is doing some serious poke damage to Zyra. That was just 1 E and then 2 Qs afterwards. So now it's
Yeah,
Brand.
and here comes the Wukong around the back. Gonna be able to pick that up. Here comes the Wukong ult. And Half-Hearted really needs to land that corrosive charge to get the armor shred, but they have enough damage to finish off anyway.
Dr. Mundo is going around everywhere on the map. He's in it.
Think Mundo care? Mundo don't care.
Peoples does have the components for Frozen Heart.
He's working on it. And I think
He's
he's
just gonna sit there and duel him even with his ultimate up.
yeah.
And I think he actually would have beat him if Maokai hadn't just showed up.
Yeah, the problem there was honestly I think if Popples had just started bot lane to begin with, he could have gotten the items and gold he needed to actually dual Jax 1v1.
Yeah.
But let's see if the comeback is real. Can they keep the dream alive? The exhaust goes down onto Jarvan, and Urgot just gets immediately blown up.
I don't know if they're gonna get this point back here. Maokai's E should interrupt both of it.
Yeah, Wukong is really low. He's trying to find a good opportunity to go in, but he has to be so careful because he's like any spell that hits him kills him.
Yeah.
Up and there he goes.
But they did hold long enough, and Peoples is actually going to rotate top. So it's one thing Clueless does very well. And
Because they
Hafe
know
will be
what
up in
people are.
time to guard bot lane.
Yep, and they are going to be able to keep that top point on lockdown.
No, Hafe did just use his E on the main wave, so Jackson's is down. It's still 3 versus 2 up top, though. They might have rotated it out a little too soon. But with Leona, Jarvan, and Sounds Mundo up here, it's not all that much damage.
Yeah, it's not a lot of
They're
damage. for
trying
them.
to keep
They'll
this
get
point
the
from getting
point.
neutralized, not going to happen.
Point is going to get neutralized, so they are going to be able to cap it back. Generic trying to do the best he can to nuke down that Leona. But just taking so much damage in the process.
And they're not going to be able to push Mundo off the point. And there's only 45 points left of help for them to try something.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is 3 versus 1. Oh, no, Urgot went for the shield. Interesting decision there. Brand trying to go nuke the Mundo down. He gets quite a bit of it. Does Mundo have his ultimate? No, he does not.
Nope. Could potentially finish it, but the Jarvan is here. Here comes Cataclysm to shut down that Brand.
They're actually going to go for Monkey. And Monkey is going to take him down. And
Go, Monkey, go!
Sounds missed the cleaver, and he's going to take down Mundo
Oh.
as well.
Monkey got the plays.
And I think Zyra's going to go down, so we'll see. Peoples actually took down Sam in the bot lane there. Sam does have revive. He has to pop it.
Yeah, that Trundle now, he's got the Frozen Heart. That's Jax's worst enemy. Next to Thornmail.
And Jax does not have any armor pin at the moment. He has Trinity, Force Pork, and Sanguine Blade. I assume the next thing's going to be Last Whisper. Once he gets Last Whisper, it might be a problem.
Ooh, very nicely done by Peoples, getting away from that stun.
Leona and Maokai fighting each other. It's cute.
They're just hitting each other a bunch.
I think they're hitting each other. I can't really tell because the health isn't moving, but I think that's what's going on. Right now, bench is actually not in a good position. They only have 3 people up there. Zyra's not here, and it's going to be 4 versus 3 if they try to engage this. There's the ultimate from Leona.
Very nice Pyroclasm. Got full bounces.
I just don't agree with going in there.
Oh dear.
He is going to take down the Brand, but that was a 2-for-1. Unless they can somehow turn this.
And Trundle's still bot lane, just beating up on Jax as much as he can.
Yep, they're going to have ace him.
And there are no revives on the table right now, so they are going to be able to get this midpoint. Are they? No,
Where's Woofer going?
He's backing off.
I guess the minions are going to neutralize it unless they can get there, but... No, minions are not going to neutralize it. Yeah, it was an interesting play there. Jax, can we see how much gold he currently has? Yeah, he's gonna get last whisper. There it is. So now we will see what happens. Get Trinity Force, Pork, Singing Blade, and last whisper. So we will see if that can beat Trundle setup. Trundle Spear Facade doesn't really. Well, actually, I guess it kind of does help a little bit against Jax, and plus
Jax
it gives him
does
20% extra.
Jax
healing.
does a lot of magic damage.
What hasn't happened this game, and I'm surprised it hasn't, is Bitchwarmers has not ganked bottom. I don't think once.
Nope. Neither team, I don't think, has ganked.
It's very weird.
It has been just pure run our face into windmill the entire time, which is very odd from both of these teams.
And Bitchwarmers are going to lose this fight.
Leona's got the corrosive on her. That's a lot of armor drop, especially with the Wukong sitting there hitting you as well. I think the comeback is definitely real. Like, this is happening. The points are bleeding.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure that was a good idea there. Goes in, the Ignite's going to finish him off, and then Trundle is going to have a problem.
Yeah, that is a Jackson Mundo.
It's very difficult to get away from him. I don't think Brand's going to stop the neutralize, and that could be a problem. Because if they cap that bot point, there is not that much health left on the minion, on the Nexus for Clueless.
Yeah, it's really low. 1 second till BB pop in. Peoples are up, and now they are up and going. Oh, Zounds has ultimate, though. Come on, get that damage. Keep that damage. Nope.
Mundo is doing a very good job here, kiting and allowing him to get away, and Benformers is actually going to get top.
Yep.
And bot got neutralized as well, so that actually could be GG. They're gonna have to hold this. I don't think they can.
Oh, but there's still a Jarvan here. There is a Zyra plant. He's holding on to it. Oh, is the neutralize?
Yeah, they'll get it in time.
Yeah, I think they got the newt. Oh, that's 4 points left, and there is 2 bot. They're beating up on Sam. He does not have revive. Leona is up in 5, though. Oh, Zyra and Jarvan are on their way down.
Jarvan is gonna get Brand because he can't get away.
Yeah, very nicely done. Minions aren't going to be able to make it over to the point in time to neutralize that.
Peoples might be in trouble here. Oh!
Pillar!
The pillar just saved his life!
Oh man, the plays.
Sounds is running around by himself here. I just don't know. They act like they're like panicking almost. Just do what you were doing because you were beating them.
Yeah, it looks like
Jarvan is gonna get the
neutralized, so
neutralize. Oh, that's game.
then Leona is neutralizing top with no one else to stop her.
If
So
she
that is GG.
Yeah, and they kept one anyways.
Oh, they did cap bot all the way. Man.
I looked like it was really bad, and then all of a sudden, just boom, turned. That pillar interrupt was.
That pillar interrupt was too damn good.
Wow. Yeah.
And mods, can you pay attention to the stream so I don't have to be the one to be banning links while I'm trying to cast? Thank you very much. You guys are lazy. Damn.
Lazy mods.
Lazy mods. I want to see damage dealt for that
Damage
game.
dealt. Oh, I think Zyra beat Jack by 500.
Let's see. Yeah, 500.
Zyra is 45,000 and Jax is 44,400. So very close. Very close.
I'm still surprised that tank comp did so well.
Yeah, Mundo did quite a bit of damage there. Did almost as much damage as Maokai, but yeah, look at the damage. I mean,
It's
Clueless, well, it actually is pretty close because they have the Jax doing so much damage, but that wasn't in the top fight.
yeah, that was just Jax beating up Wukong
So
the entire
Zyra's
time.
the only one up there with quite a bit of damage. Jarvan's got 31k, but everybody else on Clueless has more damage than Jarvan does. So
And then you also have to remember that Jax gets a shit ton of or he gets a lot more damage because Trundle is ulting and getting a bunch of health back, and he's sitting there fighting a wall essentially.
yeah.
So he gets a shit ton of damage. There, I said it.
All right, we will be moving into the next game shortly, which will be the finals game 2.